Right. Here is the last real life FE exam question on statics. So before we start this question, let's take a look. Select the location on the x-axis where an additional load must be placed in order to achieve equilibrium of L-shaped bar. So we have a L-shaped bar, and supposedly with the current forces that you can see over here, this L-shaped bar is not in equilibrium. So they want us to add a particular force to this L-shaped bar at one of these points on the graph. It could be on y-axis, it could be on x-axis, or it could be a combination force with both y and x components. So they want us to add one of these forces that is going to bring this whole bar into equilibrium. Meaning, what we have to do is we have to resolve all the forces separate. We have to find all the x direction components and see if sigma fx with the forces in this diagram is the sigma fx coming to 0. If it comes to 0, that means x component is non-existent for the result. Then we also should find sigma fy is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0 or not equal to 0, then that will tell us whether there is a y component force required or not. So first we have to calculate x direction forces and y direction forces and find sigma fx and sigma fy is equal to 0. Once we are able to find out what is the resultant force that will bring this whole system into equilibrium, then we have to, in order to find the location, we have to find the moments about origin in clockwise and counterclockwise directions and equalize them. Once we equalize the moments, because moment is a combination of force and distance, we'll be able to find out the distance from the origin where this particular resultant force will be acting up. As simple as that. If anybody wants to give it a try, pause the video right here and give it a shot. Now let's take a quick look at what all x components exist in this question. So it's very obvious that on the y-axis, we have a force with 6 pounds. Negative x-axis, which is at a distance of 5 from origin. And at the same time, we also have this particular force over here. So it's at an angle of 3 in x and 4 in y. So these two forces are existent in the x direction. And in terms of y, we have this 5 pounds that is going in y direction. We have this 10 pounds going in y direction, which is at a distance of 2 from origin. This 5 pounds is literally at the origin. So that is there. And also this 10. The y component of this force will also be in positive y direction. So these are the x and y components. Guys, now let's start resolving all the forces into x components and y components. First, let's look at all the forces in x direction and see if they're coming into the summation of all those forces in x is equal to 0 or not. First force we see for the x direction is this 6 going in the negative x direction. So this will be written later on as minus 6 whenever when we're writing down. And the second force we have in the x direction is this 10, the component of this force 10, which is going at an angle of theta with x-axis. So how much is this theta is this question. So the way we find out what is the sine theta is based on this triangle. This triangle, let's write it down here. So we have 3 over here, 4 over here, force going in this direction as 10, and we have theta here. Now this force over here is equal to fx1 is equal to question mark. That is what we don't know. And also the y component of this f1 is equal to question mark. That also we don't know. So this angle will be 90 minus theta. So this is the part that you have to carefully listen. Anytime you want x component of any force, a simple formula is cos theta. The force times cosine of the angle between that force and x-axis. Here, the angle between force and x-axis is 90 minus theta, not theta, mind you. Pay full attention over here. So this is 90 minus theta. Now 10 times, so force fx1 will be equal to 10 times cos 90 minus theta. Get it in your head. And the force of y component fy1 is equal to 10 times sine 90 minus theta. So force times f cos theta is x component, f sine theta is y component. Please get this into your head. Now cos theta means, usually in many cases guys, theta is given in place of 90 minus theta over here. It's very easy. But in this case, theta is given in the y direction. That's why it could be a little bit confusing, but it's not at all complicated if you put your mind in this. So fx1 is equal to 10 times cos 90 minus theta, which is equal to 10 times sine theta, which is equal to 10 times of sine of theta is opposite side is equal to 3, hypotenuse is equal to 5. You can use a calculator and find the hypotenuse, which will be 5. It's a very standard triangle. And fy1 is equal to 10 times of cos theta is equal to 10 times of 4 by 5. That is the y component of that. Now we basically came here for the x component, which we have already found as this particular thing, and this over here is the y component equal to. Now substitute these two as part of the equation. That is how we got this. Sum of all the forces in x direction is equal to minus 6 plus 3 by 5 times 10. So 5 to 3 into 2. You calculate, you will be getting this particular part of this equation as plus 6. Here we have negative 6, which is the force in the top over here. So this force. So both of them resolved. Sigma fx is coming down to 0. What this is saying is there is no resultant force, x component of the resultant force. There is only the y, probably y component. Now let's resolve the forces in y direction. The first force that we can see in the y direction, as I already told you before, is this 5. Write it here, plus 5. Sigma fy is equal to plus 5. Next force I see is this 10, but it's in negative direction, so minus 10. Next force I see is this force of y component coming from the 10 pounds. That is written over here. That is 10 times 4 by 5 going in positive y direction. Plus 10 times 4 by 5. That's exactly what I wrote over here. But when you resolve this on your calculator, you will find out 5 minus 10 is minus 5. 2 times this will come down to 8. So minus 2. So this will come down to 3, which is not equal to 0. Because sigma fy is not equal to 0, that means there is a y component for acting in y direction, which is what I wrote as py. So to make it 0, if we add this py to fy, then sigma fy will become 0. That's how. So py plus 3 will be equal to 0. That means py is equal to minus 3. Now we are able to find that the resultant force is minus 3 going in y direction. Got it? Now that is what I wrote over here. Now the only thing that is left is where exactly is this minus 3 hitting? That's L bar. For that, we are going ahead and finding the moments about the origin. Got it? I'm going to erase this a little bit. Make space to talk more about the moments. Let me pause this for a second. Question clearly stated that because this L bar is in equilibrium because of resultant, that means the moments about any point of a system in equilibrium will be equal to 0. That means the force multiplied by distance in all the clockwise directions and force multiplied by distance in all the anti-clockwise directions will be equal to 0. So how do we know what is clockwise, what is anti-clockwise, and where does which of these moment of forces will be 0? For example, this 5 pounds is clearly going in y direction along the origin. That means its distance from origin is 0. That means the moment that is coming from this 5 pounds will be equal to 0. But in case of the 6 pounds, the 6 pounds is at a distance of 5 from the origin. So the moment of this particular force will be 6 times 5, and as you can see, it's going in negative x direction. That means it's going to be a counterclockwise force because it is going counterclockwise about the origin. Got it? Moment about this particular force, which is also in y direction, is at a distance of 2, and this is going clockwise in direction. So this force is 10 times 2 in clockwise direction. Got it? Now we have this particular force whose y component is at a distance of 6 from the origin. That implies, and its x component is literally going through the origin. So x component moment will be equal to 0. Only the y component moment will exist. Y component moment we already found 10 times 4 by 5 is the y component of this, and that is at a distance of 6. So 6, and this whole thing will be going in counterclockwise direction, because see, it's going in counterclockwise direction about the origin. So this will be counterclockwise. So in order to solve this question, we will be using this thing called sum of all the moments is equal to 0, since this whole system has acquired equilibrium once the resultant was added. Got it? It's a very important thing. So now I already told you how to put each of these moments together. So first moment from this particular force is 6 times 5. The moment about this particular thing, I'm sorry, this distance is actually 3, not 2. And be very careful in the exam about this kind of things, because this small thing can make a big difference. So I totally see this. So this should be written very carefully. 1, 2, 3. That means the distance for this particular moment is equal to 3, not 2. So 10 times 3 is the moment for this force that is written over here. But like I told you, this moment is clockwise direction and this moment is anti-clockwise direction. You can either denote all the clockwise moments as negative and anti-clockwise as positive, or vice versa. In this particular problem, I am assuming all the counter-clockwise moments as positive, all the clockwise ones as negative. That's why, since this 10 times 3 is a clockwise moment, I wrote it as negative in this particular equation. Got it? And then we have the y component of this particular force of 10 pounds going also in counterclockwise direction. Now this moment is written as positive for that one particular reason. Now there is also a resultant force Py, which is acting somewhere on this particular L bar. And Py we all know is in y direction only. Now this location is the unknown x. How far from the origin is Py acting? That is x. This is what we're trying to find right now. So that is what I wrote over there. So my apologies, here we should have actually written Py times x. It's not simply x. It's Py times x. So upon resolving all these moments, we will be getting 30 minus 30 plus 5 to 10, 6 to 12, 48 minus Py. Py value is 3 times x. This whole thing will be equal to sigma m is equal to 0. Got it? 30, 30 cancel. 48 is equal to 3x. X is equal to 16. So in positive x direction, this force will be acting at a distance of 16, which is right here after 15, 1 after 15. So here is where Py will be seen acting in y direction with a magnitude of 3 in positive y direction. That's your final answer. For more realistic FE exam problem breakdowns explained in the most simplest way possible along with the concept, because most of the other people will not tell you the concept of the problem. They will directly blabber about the problem itself. Follow my channel, subscribe, and I got you.